Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin and Conference Recap with Tom Vase and Giacomo Zucco. We are bearing the elements here of unreasonably cold Malta, and it's probably why this conference is going to get moved by a month next year. But we wanted to give you a view. There is the pool behind us that is too cold to swim in, and the ocean that is even colder to swim in. Not the ocean, wait, Mediterranean Sea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Global warming is working very fast.
Yeah, but global warming is working great. Need a fire. All right. All right, let's talk about the conference, man. Oh, it was awesome.
Feedback we're receiving so far are great. Everybody is very happy. Attendees are happy. Speakers are happy. So I think that the format was very well thought. We will insist in receiving some negative feedback as well because we want to make it better. Maybe climate could be one of the things we could improve moving it later. And for sure, the level of the demos were not uniform, not homogeneous. So we will try to make it more to study better the agenda. But yeah, I think that so far we received what was created was magical, especially the final part with these great speakers building the actual tools, helping people to install and set up the tools, normal Bitcoiners understanding the importance of coin joining and Tor and all this stuff. One of the, we are the organizers, so we cannot tell that.
Yeah, we can't really say.
Okay,
anyway,
let's say some of the attendees and the speakers said that this is one of the best conferences ever.
Yeah, it like surpassed our expectations. It was great. The fact that the attendance was kind of small actually made it is one of the reasons why it was so good. Like one of the big knocks on consensus is just a sea of people. Like how do you and so many of the speakers and some of the very knowledgeable attendees that were able to have time to talk to each other, to make deals and for future projects. It was great. A lot of new concepts are going to come out of this.
Yeah, there is the Dunbar number concept. Basically, human beings cannot build stable relationships with more than 140, 150 people. And we were way below that number. And probably that's another very good decision.
Yeah, so it's definitely good. Some of the changes for next year is going to be a month later, so that it's a little warmer. It's a little windy out here. You can see the chairs moving.
And floating in the pool.
Yeah, some are already floating in the pool. And we might tack on a front day specifically for beginners. Like it'll be true beginners. Like here's an unopened Trezor or an unopened ledger and an unopened cold card. Let's set them up. Let's open them up. Let's set them up. Let me show you what a private key is. So we will do maybe one of those front days. The last day was excellent. I actually wanted to attend that last day to actually set up your nodes. I was teaching a workshop. I'm not going to do that next year because I want to attend that final day. We can really build something here. It's going to be great.
Yeah, really.
And some of the other good comments is the same comment that I got at Unconfiscatable. We saw it in our Telegram channel, and it's my favorite comment from both conferences, and it came from different people independently. And the comment is this: this is the first conference I've attended where no one tried to sell me anything.
Yeah, right. As I said in the chat, I have to point out that there was a scam promoted here. The scam was the carnivory dinner where there was actually pasta. So but it was well intended because it was a scam to see if everybody was alert. And
but that dinner was like in a castle. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was absolutely amazing.
It was a truly medieval dinner in a castle in Medina.
Yeah. No, other than that, it's great. I mean, guys, please check out the live stream. And speaking of live stream, let me just do a quick share. I mean, I can't I can't praise Blocks Live TV enough because they sponsored it. They did it for us. I mean, we were on a very tight budget, and they're a new 24-hour crypto channel. Why is it scrolling on its own? Oh, my mouse is like moving by the wind. And they helped us out by providing the live stream as pretty much the live stream sponsor. and they did an amazing job. And it was great. And that was on like a 2-day notice. Like we didn't even tell them exactly what we needed. Everything was put together on a very short notice. It's going to be so much better next time. This is our interview, by the way. We went to their studio here in Malta, and that was great.
It was great. Good questions. A lot of time to get into relevant stuff, and they're very. I mean, they understood the spirit of the conference pretty well.
Yeah, and guys, so I actually, so I want to send them good interviewers. I want to send them, the right people, their way to interview, basically. And so what I did was on my Twitter this morning, I decided to put together a list, and it's not an inclusive list. It's just like I don't want to leave anybody out. But if you're on my Twitter and you go to lists, you will see my list that says Bitcoin approved. And just because you're not on this list doesn't mean you're not Bitcoin approved. But I threw a bunch of people. I want this list to be approximately 100 people. And these are the people that deserve to be interviewed about the space because they're knowledgeable about the space. So feel free to follow this list. It's a public open list. And you can see the members of this list. And these, I mean, it was just like the names that I thought of in the morning. Probably a lot more names need to be on this list. But for now, this was the list I sent them. I'm like, hey, get these people, interview them. Because I really like what they're doing over there, and they did us a giant favor by sponsoring. I mean, we don't do much sponsors, like, so it's eToro sponsored drinks, and I'm like, hey, I gotta shield them somehow, right? I mean, this is what you get for helping out the conferences that Tone Base is involved in. I mean, the only thing I can really do is promote sponsors that are approved for these kinds of events. All right. Anything else you want to add? Because everyone is dying for me to get to the price.
No, go to the price. No, that's the point.
All right. Feel free to stick around, or if you have to get going and get warm, just don't forget
I think I will get warm a little bit, and I will help you setting off later.
All right. Hey guys, I'm not really looking at your live chat right now, but I'll get to it. I now have 2 mics clipped on. Let's go take a look at the price. The week has ended, so clearly. Well, this is a monthly chart, right? The month is only halfway through. So if you look at my monthly chart, this was just like a general overview of what I thought for the price. So this was the month that I chose where the price was going to go all the way to $2,000. So clearly that is not very likely to happen. So what I'm going to very simply do is I'm just going to say it right out. I have not changed my mind of the bear market. Not yet. Not yet. We'll talk about it later. I should be back in the US soon, and then I'll have more time to regroup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to slide it over by 1 month, right? So what that means is I'm still expecting a big drop down below $3,000, but I'm now expecting that drop to come, maybe next month. We're going to delay this by a little bit. So not much has really changed. We did break this trend line, and that is very, very interesting. So we broke this long-term downward trend line, and right here, we broke that trend line at $4,300. We have to close above the trend line. Don't count your chickens before they. This one I can actually delete. Whoa! My computer. And everything is, holy shit! It's like a hurricane here. There goes the camera. Thank you. Yeah, I got it. Oh my God. God damn. Freaking Malta. My God. You know what? I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod. Thank you, random stranger that happens to be sitting here listening to Bitcoin price analysis. All right, this is going onto my laptop now. Like my computer literally flew at me. Okay. Jesus. All right. Let's try this again. Wow. That was insane. Okay. So we did break this trend line, but we have to close above the trend line. And we haven't, now the candle is, now also look at this monthly candle. We are sitting right at monthly resistance of what looks to be the 30-month moving average. That's the 30-month moving average. So we are right at resistance of the 30-month moving average. A lot of people are pointing to the weekly RSI. We can take a look at the weekly RSI. And it's the monthly RSI, sorry. Look, the monthly RSI is at a double bottom. The monthly RSI is at approximately the same place that the monthly RSI bounced back in the 2015 bear market. That is actually promising that the bear market is over. But I am not ready to commit yet to the bear market being over. I'd rather be late than wrong, okay? Being late is okay. Being wrong can make you broke. So I'd rather be late than broke, okay? I'll just keep it simple on that front. We'll get to the weekly RSI in a minute. So from a monthly perspective, we have hit resistance of the moving average, and we came up just short of the 50-month moving average. Let's see how high we can go. Now, based on sequential, a green 2 monthly is above a green 1 monthly, and we never made it. We never made it to a 9 monthly, which is disappointing. That would have been a beautiful timing mechanism. That would have been a beautiful timing mechanism for the bull market. Okay, and let's go to the weekly chart. I'm going to review the time analysis part of this chart once I'm back in stateside in a couple of days. Oh, by the way, guys, I am in Italy tomorrow for only 1 night and half a day. I land in Italy in the morning, and then I depart Italy at like 5 p.m. the following day on a flight. So I have tomorrow night in Italy. I have no plans. I have no place to stay yet. I'll probably just go grab dinner with whichever stranger happens to find me and get in touch with me first. Somehow, if you are in Rome, I have to be more specific. Italy is not exactly Malta. So if you are in Rome, which is where I'll be because I have a connecting flight and I set it for the following day. So I'll probably book a place to stay near the Colosseum, if any available last minute, just so I can see it and maybe do a stream from near the Colosseum. So if anyone is in that area, find a way to reach out to me, and then maybe we can meet up for dinner. Now, I also have to add, because this always happens, if you're not in Rome, there's no need to reach out to me and let me know that you are not in Rome, because I tend to get about a dozen of those. All right, so here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart is still on a 9. I think we started a new week, though. Did we? Oh, it hasn't updated yet. Oh boy, here comes another chair into the pool. So we started another week, but this is the BLX, so it hasn't updated yet. So the weekly chart has hit resistance at whatever moving average that is. Murad is 75% sure. Bottom is in. Do I agree? No, I do not agree. I am still greater than 50% that the bottom is not in. I could be wrong, of course, but I will update my percentages when I have more time to think about them. So I believe we have broken this high at 5,300, but not by much. Remember, there is still this declining moving average at 5,600. We are still in a downtrend, guys. We are still in a downtrend. We bottomed off the aggressive 13. We bottomed off the sequential 13. We are on a 9 sell right now. And I'm still looking for this big drop, right? So I'm still going to be looking to sell some Bitcoin and hedge this because I don't expect it to go past 6,000. I really don't. All right, another look at the weekly, this one with a live update. That's a 9. That what is looking like a reversal candle. That is looking like a doji at the top. Remember, you are in between resistance points. You're in between the 128-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So you still had room. If this green one is a reversal candle, it creates another shorting opportunity soon after. I got another tipped question. Hey, Tone, what do you think of Willy Woo's recent bullish expectation based on-chain metrics? I don't know. I have been too busy to look at what Willy Woo has been saying. So I will do my best to get Willy Woo on this YouTube channel, and him and I can discuss. As I said to the Murad question, I have not yet deviated from the fact that I expect Bitcoin to fall under $3,000. I have not yet walked away from that. We still have room to the upside. We have resistance at 5,600 and at 6,000, 6,100. We can make it all the way there and still be in a bearish market. Okay. Now, let's see how this week concludes. I would never go long on this week. I never go long ones above 9s in the same direction. Like you take your profit on a 9 like this, and then you either short or you wait until a green 2 is above a green 1 above a 9. So this is not the time I would go long on any kind of a long-term trade. As a day trade, sure. And I'll show you something on the hourly chart. So no matter what happens this week, there is no, I mean, okay, let me say this way. There are things that can happen this week that would allow me to enter a longer term short trade. But there is nothing that can happen this week that would make me enter a longer term long trade. I would, however, enter the long trade if next week we are trading above the current week. So we have like 7 more days to figure this out. All right, next. The daily chart. Now, the daily chart is bullish. Now, I was happy to short off of the top of this 8 candle into this 9 candle, and the short trade was looking good until a couple of days ago on this green 2 candle, where the green 2 went above a green 1, went above the 9. This is the time to potentially go long using daily charts, not weekly charts, right? On a weekly scale, we're still in a neutral zone or a shorting opportunity. On the daily scale, when you have a green 2 going above a green 1, going above the 9, that is an indication that you are entering the countdown phase for a potential continuation of trend into the sequential and aggressive 13. Now, the only minor caveat here is, even though this was a perfected 9, and this is a green 2 above a green 1 above the 9, it's not above the 8, but the 8 swung up really high. And now I think it's a little too late to go long based on daily metrics, because you're 5 days away from a 9, and this could be another topping opportunity. So if you were a sequential trader using a sequential on daily charts, you had a buying opportunity right here at just above 5,000. Now, that was the exact area where I exited my short trade for a profit, and I did not enter the long trade. But as the short trade was exited for a profit, this was an opportunity to enter the long trade. I didn't do it, but I believe other students of mine did, and I'll even show it to you on the hourly chart. Okay, so right now the daily chart is bullish on a 4 of 9 sequential setup and a 1 of 13 countdown phase. Someone is saying, do you think the TI sequential is less effective compared to a few years ago? That is a very good question, and my answer is maybe. Because when I first started using the TD sequential on Bitcoin, no one else was using it, and it was amazingly effective. It hasn't been as effective lately, but it can still give you good structure for your trades. I will also add that while in reality, the TD sequential is inconsequential to markets because the markets are so liquid. In Bitcoin, however, and as conceited as this is going to sound, it is completely my fault that so many traders in the crypto space are now using TD sequential. So by percentages, it's very possible that Bitcoin is the most traded asset with TD sequential by percentage of traders. And I'm happy to say that it's all my fault. So it's possible that it's less effective because too many traders are using it. Because in traditional markets, even though big money managers are using the TD sequential, compared to how many people trade traditional markets, and since 95% of them have never heard of TD sequential, it is inconsequential. But I would say that in the Bitcoin market, at least 80% of all traders of Bitcoin are very well aware of the TD sequential now. So is it possible that it's less effective? And the answer is yes, it's very possible that it's less effective now than before. Very possible. Now, the same thing I just described on a daily chart, that you had a buying opportunity on a green 2 going above a green 1 going above the 9, the same thing applies to the 12-hour chart. So the 12-hour chart did give you a buying opportunity based on sequential right here at about $5,020. Noon UTC time, around noon ETC time on the 5th of April. Now, I was still in my short trade at the time, and then I exited that short trade the next day. Now, the 12-hour chart is on an 8 of 9 with 9 hours to go plus another 12 hours for the 9 candle. So if you get a sudden run-up in the price of Bitcoin over the next 24 hours, based on a 12-hour chart, might not be a bad idea to take your profit if you took the long trade at some point in the last, 48 to 72 hours. The 4-hour chart is kind of useless right now, so I'm not even going to bother. The 1-hour chart is actually kind of cool. So on a 1-hour chart, this morning in my Telegram channel, or actually last night, we were out to dinner last night with Tyler and Leah and Adam and a few other people. So we were out to dinner, and I don't want to dox anybody, but maybe I'll tweet it out, like remove the names and stuff. So one of the people in my Telegram group that attended my workshop put the following text, and I want to read it exactly. Hold on, I'm going to read this text. Hold on. Let me go to my Telegram group, which is now getting unreasonably big. And this summer, I'm going to drop the hammer because this summer when I stay home, I'm going to start moderating. I'm going to choose moderators. Okay, so where was that? Man, this silly wind. I'm looking for the text from last night. It's way too many messages in here. Oh yeah, that's the second message. I don't know if I should say your name, but your initials are PS. Great job on that trade, man. Great job. Why is this taking me forever to find? That always happens. Come on, should be coming up soon. There, nope, that's the breakout. There it is, there it is, there it is. I want to draw it exactly like you did, buddy. That was a good job. Okay, so what he did was he took this triangle from here to down here to here. Boom. And maybe like yay. There. So he threw this in the Telegram channel when it was like here. And let me read you the exact message. The exact message reads, trying to catch this up move small, but at 50x leverage. And then this happens. And he took his profit on the 9, I'm sure. Let me see the other messages. Boom, he posted that candle, that first big up candle. And let me see the one that says he's out of the trade. Somewhere down here. Despite being a small bet, it paid for both Tone Vase's courses I attended, Thanks, Classic Entry, and Exit. And the exit is sent around this area off the 9, okay? So amazing trade, buddy, and good luck to you on future trades. So this was a triangle that, again, I got this message while we were at dinner and worked out absolutely perfectly. You can even measure the target of this triangle. I mean, I'm not going to send all these things to you in real time, right? The reason why I teach is so that you can do it on your own. I mean, it's not my job for you guys to follow the leader. So what is the up move here? It's $170, let's say, right? 180 bucks, right? So now you take this arrow, you copy it, you paste it, and you move it right there. And look at that. Perfect target reached off of the ascending triangle. That is a beautiful ascending triangle, absolutely gorgeous. And on the hourly scale, $180 upswing. This person was confident in his ability to recognize the ascending triangle. He had ascending triangles have a 70% probability of breaking to the upside. The target was there. This person happens to take on a 50x leverage trade, which I've never even done in my life, and it worked out. So great job. You don't have to believe me, but there is a large amount of people in this Telegram channel, and they all watch this YouTube, and they will collaborate that this actually happened. He posted a picture before the move, posted a picture at the top of this candle, and then he posted the final picture around this area saying that he's out. So great job. And that's how you trade. You wait for the opportunity that gives you a statistical advantage on entering the trade. What about Bitcoin commissions? They should be irrelevant to you. Now, everyone is freaking out over this huge drop in short leverage. Well, somebody didn't like the fact that Bitcoin kept rising and they dropped the short leverage. What does this mean? Nothing much, right? I mean, the shorts have been this low leveraged in the past. Now, we have just spiked on the long to short ratio, and I still think the market is ready to drop so that the leverage longs are going to take a hit. This person didn't feel like getting liquidated on their shorts. They cut their monster short leverage position on Bitfinex sooner than later. And look, the longs being leveraged long, look when the last time that happened, right? And the price kind of crashed right after. So I still think we are longer term bearish here. GBTC should be open. I currently have no position in GBTC because I haven't had time to enter a new one. Man, GBTC is all the way up to 6.69 and the premium is rising. Unfortunately, I can't short GBTC and there's no options on GBTC. So I don't really have a way of profiting in my retirement fund from a potential drop in the price of Bitcoin. So right now I have no GBTC position. I will wait for prices to pull back, and I'm happy to enter a new GBTC position later. All right, let me see if I have any good questions here. How soon do you see the next dump? Well, that's a really good question, right? So I have a slight dilemma here. So what I want to say is the next drop is imminent, but here's a but coming, okay? The next drop is imminent, but this is pretty much a double top. And you guys know that I don't believe in double tops. So even though the next drop is imminent, I am completely 50-50 here because two of my longer term philosophical views on the price of Bitcoin are currently contradicting each other. On the one hand, I don't believe in double tops, and therefore Bitcoin has to go higher before the big drop. On the other hand, considering the short leverage has crashed, the conditions are getting very, very ripe for an imminent drop in price. So what that means is I would not chase the prices to the upside here, and I would wait for that drop. And if that drop, oh wow, my computer just like almost died. Hold on, I have to charge. I didn't realize I was draining the battery this quickly because I'm on full brightness since I'm outdoors. I won't be able to read your live chat, guys, because I only have one cord, and I can use that cord to either run a second monitor or charge the laptop. And I just switched it to charging the laptop. So therefore, because it's a little contradictory based on my own rules of trading, on the one hand, we have to go higher because of the double top. On the other hand, we are a little overbought to the upside, and the sequential weekly is telling me that you're not ready to enter the trades yet. So I would just wait for a better buying or a better selling opportunity. Okay. Next, what do we got here? This is the hourly chart. Yeah, I'm not going to be too long, man. But do you want to talk to me after? You good? All right. So right here, you can see the big bounce off of the moving average. That is very, very useful to you, right? Because look at, this is the hourly chart. Look at this moving average. This moving average has clearly been relevant. Look, in the last 2 days, look how it was support at 5 a.m. New York time on the 6th. And then look how it was beautiful support at 5 p.m. New York time on the 6th. And then look how it was support at noon on the 7th, again, New York time. And then look how it was beautiful support again at 8 a.m. this morning. And if you didn't catch this buy off the moving average, you potentially have another chance to buy in about 8 minutes when the green 2 goes above a green 1, and that takes you back to the double top for a potential breakout. Now, this is a short-term trade, like a day trade kind of thing going on. So as a day trade, if I was teaching my class, I would be comfortable taking on a bullish trade next hour as we break the current candle, because I think momentum can take Bitcoin all the way to 5,600. And going back to the daily chart, the 5,600, or the weekly chart, the 5,600 would take us right into resistance of the moving average, right? So based on the hourly scale, you could have a bullish entry. Now, I'm not saying buy Bitcoin here. I'm just saying that certain rules of trading can do that. I'm not going to talk about, Jesus, I'm cold, guys. I need to go inside. This is ridiculous. It doesn't help that I'm on the rooftop of a hotel. Oh, my God. I need like, it's like Antarctica here. So what am I looking at? What is this? Oh, this is oil. Oil's bullish. I'm not going to get into it. What is this? This is silver. Silver is bearish. I'm not going to get into it. Gold. Gold is neutral. Not going to get into it. Platinum. Platinum is bearish. Not going to get into it. S&P. This I want to get into. All right, here we go. S&P is at an 8 of 9 setup and an 8 of 13 sequential that just had a combo 13. This is a bearish candle, and therefore the S&P daily is toppy. I believe this thing should be trading. Is it? Is this live right now? Let me see. Here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart is bullish. So this is bullish based on a weekly scale, but it's toppy on a daily scale. I would not risk it. I would look for an exit here, going into this 9 and waiting for a pullback, because like I've been saying all year, I would be very surprised if the S&P can break the all-time high. That's the all-time high at 2940. I really don't expect it to be broken. As bullish as I am on the stock market, I don't really expect it to be broken this year, okay? So I am looking for a pullback here, and yes, it goes against my weekly TD sequential. Because the weekly TD sequential is saying, 5-6 more weeks of upside, but I think it's going to pull back, and the daily gives you a nice exit here. You can hold out into the sequential 13, or maybe another combo 13 coming from this other 9. I don't know what count we are on a combo. I can switch it, right? That's the beauty of this particular indicator. You can make all of these changes. This is set to require a price flip. I should uncheck that. I'm hiding the risk line, and what I want to do is I want to switch the sequential to the combo. So you're going to see this 8 change. There it is, right? So I actually don't know what combo number we're on, or maybe I can count it because I'm going to switch this back. Let me move this over. So as of this 9, there was another series, right? So this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe this gets tricky. So we're around an 8 combo as well as an 8 sequential. So you can wait for another 13 combo or sequential, but the 9 is coming tomorrow unless we crash here, which I don't think we will. So I would be cautious with the S&P here at the top. You can always get back in later, okay? All right, let me switch this back to the sequential. All right, I'm not looking at your live chat at the moment, guys. That's it on the S&P. Once again, a huge shout out to Blocks Live TV. Check out our interview with Adam and Giacomo Zucco the day before the conference. And I'm trying to, they saved us financially by streaming, and they brought you the live stream for the conference. So huge thank you to them publicly. And I'm doing my best to get them the right people to interview for the future of their channel. I hope it's great. Okay, I don't promote many things on my channel. You guys know that. Okay, what am I doing? I'm gonna stop the live stream. Sorry, stop the screen share, so you guys can see how freezing it is here. Here's my camera. You see the pool behind me. You see the ocean behind me. I had to move the camera from the tripod to the laptop because it went flying. All right, what do we got? Whoa. Am I still long the S&P? I think I answered that. I'm long, looking to get out tomorrow, tomorrow. But the weekly is still bullish. Do I see an ascending triangle at the moment? And it depends on the time frame, right? I'm not going to go into it. I'm just going to glance at your live stream, guys. I need to go inside and get warm. I'm going to get sick, which, by the way, I haven't been sick in years. When was the last time I took a sick day from this channel? Just keep that in mind. Man, it's cold. Man. All right, guys, please check out the streams of the conference. We are going to cut up the videos into individual videos, and they will be posted to the Understanding Bitcoin YouTube channel, which I think exists. I just haven't put any content there yet. I'm not going to look at any individual stocks right now, guys, mostly because I'm cold. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. I have no conferences to promote at the moment, but sometime a week from now, there will be another conference coming up. I just have to decide what it's going to be. I'm really enjoying this whole conference thing, and I think what I'm doing is going to potentially change the landscape, and I want to keep doing it because the 2 conferences we did, Unconfiscatable and Understanding Bitcoin were just so awesome that I think I have 2 more in me this year, and then we're gonna do them all over again next year. All right, guys. I will talk to you all on the next one. Time to go build a fire somewhere. Goodbye from unreasonably windy and freezing Malta, and we'll talk to you all on the next one.